Frank J. Kim, whose speech is called Winterize Yourself.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Success Masters, good to be here. As you have no doubt heard by now, this past week was an historic week. Millions of people affected. The warmth literally drained out of us as we reeled in shock and fear and disappointment. I am, of course, referring to the official notice that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are divorcing. I was really rooting for those two. Theirs was an underdog tale for the ages. He, a failed presidential candidate, she, a sex tape survivor. It seemed that the odds were stacked against them from the very beginning, but somehow they survived and even thrived with sheer gumption and stick-to-itiveness and profiting off of cultural appropriation. Their greatest triumph was when they saved their neighborhood from a raging wildfire in 2018. As the fire line crept up to their modest $60 million mansion, they single-handedly picked up their iPhone and called in a private firefighting team that dug trenches and deployed hoses to save their house and their neighborhood. While the couple, collectively known as Kimye, so cute, strove tirelessly to promote themselves on Twitter. I'm really going to miss their shining examples. Who else could I look to for aspirational joy as I'm freezing in the dark of my house with the power out for days and a phone that's on its last percentage of battery? And it's only a lowly Android phone. I don't even have the luxury of being able to stare at an Apple logo for self-validation and to dream about a better future for myself. Yes, it's true. I don't lead a glamorous life. My life is downright mundane. One might even describe it as drab over the last week as a monochromatic snow has blanketed the world outside my windows. Inside my house, the dim gray light of day would dim into a winter night that seemed to last for years. And as I shivered in the dark, I would try to take my mind off of the fearsome cold that would numb my toes no matter how many layers of socks I wore. My breath fogged in my room, and I would light a candle and clasp my hand over the flame for warmth until I moved my hand too close to the flame and it singed the hair off the backs of them. So then I would just be in the dark and cold, having to smell the stink of burnt hair. As I shivered, I would try to take my mind off of it by writing in my journal, but my normally smooth pen wouldn't glide across the page like it used to. And I finally realized that the ink inside the pen shaft was freezing. And then it took me a while longer before I figured out, well, I can hold my pen over the candle flame to re-liquefy the ink. And then I would write some more, and then I would reheat the ink, and then I'd write some more, reheat and repeat. Maybe I was becoming delirious from the cold and lack of food, but I actually fancied myself like a young Benjamin Franklin, minus the hordes of illegitimate progeny, of course. Like old Benji, I was scribbling my lifetime of accumulated wisdom onto the page by candlelight. Here, I'll read you one of my deep insights. Steven Soderbergh's Ocean's 11 is a very good take for a remake, and Brad Pitt is handsome in it. Last year, Kim and Kanye, Kimye, Conway, Ye, they gave us another reason to bask in their light of healing and unity when they did something very special for their sophisticated friends. Quoth the Kardashian on Twitter, "After 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island where we could pretend things were normal just for a brief moment in time." So inspiring. I remembered that this week and knew that my two roommates, they're a male-female couple. I knew that they and I could create our own private island of pretend as we waited for the snowstorm to end. I woke up the next day ready to share my ideas with them. We'd play Parcheesi together in our living room and lose ourselves to hours of camaraderie and solidarity against the cold, while also ignoring the loss of feeling in our faces. We could live the Kimye dream in our own humble way. So I got up from bed and I checked my phone and I saw that my roommates had sent me a text message 3 hours prior that read, "We are leaving. This is our one chance to get power/warmth for the week, and we have to take it. The roads are going to be even worse tonight and tomorrow." My phone had 17% battery at that point. I don't own a car. Food was scarce. The house was still freezing and power was still out. I didn't exactly panic, but I didn't exactly not panic. Let's just say that I began texting all my friends in an urgent manner. Luckily, my friend Chris was willing to brave the icy streets in his car and pick me up. He has graciously allowed me to stay at his place here for the last several days. So in the end, I was able to find my own private island with true friends, and it's been smooth sailing on the balmy seas of fellowship since then. Of course, my house flooded in the meantime, and Chris's house lost all water pressure, and I busted my ass and hurt my wrist while slipping on ice. But hey, that's the kind of hardship that Kimye are famous for overcoming with just sheer unstoppable willpower. Oh, excuse me. I meant wealth power. Yeah, that's the one where you can spend $1 million on something and still have 1,000 more $1 million left over. Yeah, that one. Oh, I'm being told by my bank app that that's not what I have. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess I'm gonna go ice down my sore wrist now. Luckily, that's pretty easy when you have to wash your hands in the snow. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.